So far then, we've looked at some of the very basic skills that you'll need to start writing your web pages and expanding your site and adding content to it. In this final clip, we're going to look at some of the more advanced settings that you can possibly use uh, to redesign the layout, but also, most importantly, how you can start to invite collaborators to join you in editing the website. This will of course be vitally important when you're working as a group to build the website for your event. Now, most of these settings all appear under this cog, which is called More Actions, and provides us with a number of settings that we can look at. Now, the first thing you may want to look at is how to edit the site layout. So if we look at that, when we chose our template previously, it came out of the box with a sidebar and a main content area. Now you may wish to change how any of this looks. You can turn off the sidebar, for example, and maybe have a horizontal navigation at the top of the page instead, which would look like this. I'm going to have my sidebar in and not have a horizontal navigation. You can also change the footer, this is the element at the top, or change the header, which is this bit. So you may wish to put an image in there, or, for example, or turn it off altogether. It's completely up to you. You can also change the width here. At the moment it's set as a default for the theme, so it will fill the whole page, but if I didn't want to do that, I can change it to fill a certain width that I require. So that's how you change some very basic settings around the layout that you have within the page in terms of turning on navigation elements. The other part of the settings that provide us with a lot more information is actually under Manage Site. Now within here, there's a wealth of information, some of which you may want to change and some you may not. So again, here, if you remember from the beginning, when we entered our site name, that appears here, and we can change that now at any time. If you don't want that site name to appear on the top of every page, you can turn that off. You can also then come back in and change the web address that you chose previously if you wanted to do that, and change any of the other options within here. A lot of them we don't need to worry about when creating a basic website. However, there is a key one at the bottom here about the access and who can see it. Now, at the moment, anyone can view this page means it would appear in public Google searches. You may want to change this to collaborators only, if you only want your people of your group to be able to see it. Okay. Then if we go down through some of the options, if we look at recent site activity, this gives you a quick overview of all the different changes that have been made to the website, and this will show who has made the changes as well. So if a change has happened on a page and you're not happy with it, you can always revert back to a previous version if need be. If we then go into pages, this shows all the content of our website, and as our website gets bigger and bigger, we can actually drag and move these around, and this helps build that navigational structure that we discussed last week. Under attachments, we see all the images and files that we've uploaded. Under page templates, these are different templates that you can use. Most of the time we're just going to be using the standard website template, but there are things for announcements and a filing cabinet if you want to use them. App scripts and deleted pages we won't worry about too much because we're not going to be using them. The general information is the one we looked at previously. And what I mentioned in the first video when choosing your themes, I said you can change this later on, and this is all achieved through the themes, colors and fonts area. So you can see here are the themes. So as I said before, I chose sky, but I can change this to any of the other themes. I could change to iceberg if I wanted to, and that will show me what it will then look like. Again, then I can change other elements of the theme. So within the entire page, I can change the page color, maybe even apply an image to it if I wanted to. Same within the header and the other areas of the website as well. So this area very much enables me to personalize the site, to add coloring, etc. as I need to make the site more personalized. And you will probably want to do this when creating your identity for your event. So the final area, and this is one of the most important areas of this managed site, is under sharing and permissions. Now what this shows us is not only the website address, but also who can edit it. So as I said at the moment, it's currently public on the web and anybody can see it. Now that's the first thing I would change to make sure this is off and only available to specific people, i.e. your collaborators and us, the course tutors. Then underneath here, well, it can appear a user list of people who can actually edit the site. Now at the moment, the websites we've created only have one owner, and that is us. However, we can invite other people that we want to join in. So I'm going to invite myself, in this case, and I'm going to give you can then apply different permissions to that person. They could too be an owner, that gives them full permissions to do everything on the website, or just an editor, that enables them just to change page content, or just as a viewer, and they'll just be able to see the page. In this case, I'm going to add myself as another owner. You will need to do this in your groups, of course, to collaborate on your website. There are instructions later on in the materials about how you can do this, and the suggested method, but to summarise, what you'll have to do as a group is choose one person to create the site, and they will then have to invite the other members to join them. For the purpose of the exercise of creating this website about yourself, I suggest you now invite another member of your group to come in as an editor and ask them to add something to the website that you have created.